Austin Wilson here with another build it tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a silk with its own stand to diffuse light using cheap construction lights. I'm also going to show you how to build a softbox from materials that I found at my local fabric store and supplies at Home Depot. First I'm going to show you guys how to build a stand for the silk that'll stand in front of our construction lights. For this project we are going to need 3 8 pieces of PVC. We're going to need 4 T-shaped pieces, 2 elbows, 4 end caps, and 1 can of PVC cement. Now each of these pieces are all 1/2 inch PVC pipe and fittings. Alright, so next thing you're going to want to do is cut 6 pieces, all at 16 inches. Now, 2 of these are going to be the legs, and the other 4 are going to be our feet. And I'll show you how to put this together here in just a minute. So this PVC structure is going to be the main structure to hold up our diffusion cloth. As you can see, it was very easy to put together. Now that we have our frame set up for our lights, we're going to take some sport vinyl fabric that you'll be able to find at any of your local fabric stores. So the way we're going to attach this to this is, what I like to do is I like to use some Velcro strips that are sticky on one side so that this can be removed easily when you need to break it down and travel with it. Alright, so now that we've got that done, I'm going to show you guys how to build a softbox to be able to attach directly to your construction lines. So to build our softboxes, we're going to start with pieces of cardboard. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of cardboard in a triangular shape, flat, on either end. And I've got 2 pieces that were straight. Each one has a flap on each end attached to the other piece. So the next thing you want to do is take a space blanket, cut it into 4 equal sections, then using spray mount or spray adhesive, spray the inside panels of the softbox. Then you want to apply the space blanket gold side down so that the silver side is facing the inside of the softbox to reflect the light evenly through to the diffusion cloth at the end. Now, it's really important to remember that when you're using these homemade soft boxes, especially if they're made out of cardboard or wood or anything else that's flammable, you want to keep them a good distance away from the construction light. The 1,000-watt bulb inside of this construction light gets extremely hot. You want to keep it away from the box, you know, I would say 8 to 10 inches, so you have a good amount of airflow in between the softbox and the light so they don't catch the softbox on fire. Now the fluorescent bulbs can be clamped directly to the silk, and they can be just as effective as the construction lights and are much safer because they don't produce as much heat. One of the other things that I like about the fluorescent bulbs is that these produce a huge amount of light, but they don't get nearly as hot as the construction light. Now this would be just as effective as the construction light if you had 2 or 3 of these inside the softbox. Now granted, these bulbs are a bit more expensive than these cheap $20 construction lights, but you can achieve the same amount of light and the same softness with the fluorescent bulbs inside of a softbox if you have multiples of them. So over here on this side, we've used our homemade silk. We have a 250 watt bulb inside of this Brightech light. Now this housing and setup is almost identical to a construction light. The construction lights are 1,000 watts. This is a 250 watt light bulb. Doesn't get quite as hot as a 1,000 watt light bulb, but it's still bright enough. As you can see from the demonstration, that this silk diffused the light quite a bit. The only downside to this guy is that it's big, bulky. It's not easy to travel with. It is, however, good if it's going to be stationary. If you're going to leave it, in your studio or in front of your green screen all the time and never have to move it around, works perfectly.